What up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 25 of 10K on the Bay, my journey to 10,000 live items on eBay. Thanks for joining me for this live Q&A. I'm going to be talking about slow eBay sales and why I'm not too worried. Let me go ahead and test the audio and see if it's working. Hopefully it is. All right, I think it is working. Awesome. So yeah, I just want to talk about eBay sales that are kind of slow, see what everybody's up to, and answer any questions you guys may have about inventory systems or employees. So ask away. So I just wanted to share that I just crossed over 2,000 listings. I'm at 2,200-ish, and I have to say that my items are actually selling half as fast as when I was at 1,000 listings. Actually, maybe even a quarter as fast. So like my sales when I was at 1,000, between 1,000 and 2,000 items, they were consistently between 2,000 and 3,000. And now my revenue is like between 1,000 and 2,000 a week. So it's definitely a lot lower now. So what's going on, guys? Thanks for joining. Can you guys see me? I don't know if you guys can see me and hear me. Let me know in the chat if you can. I think it's working. Crafty reseller Rita, can you hear me? Let's see here. There might be a little bit of a delay. What's going on, guys? Don't know if you guys can see me. It says we have 22 viewers, but I don't know if you guys can. Oh, you want me to refresh? Let me see here. Hopefully it works. Oh, it is working. Okay, cool. Yeah, guys, I just wanted to ask you about, or see if anybody had any questions about employees or slow eBay sales, or just questions like that to see what's going on with you guys. Thanks for joining me. I'm still new to live, so bear with me. I'm still trying to figure out how live works and how I can answer everybody's questions. The Facebook group's going really well. Sort of running out of time to answer people's questions, but I'm doing my best to help you guys out. Cool. So I want to talk about how the fact that my inventory has doubled. So from 1,000 listings to 2,000 listings, my sales are actually half of what they were at 1,000 listings. So, but I'm not worried because this year I need to list 18,000 items. So about 50 per day. And I need to sell 8,000 to reach both my income goal and my listing goal. So my income goal this year is 240,000 on eBay. Now, whether or not I can actually hit that, I don't know, but that's the revenue goal I actually have, 240,000, and I'd like to net 80. So I don't know how realistic that is. You know, I have never done a full year of reselling stuff, period. I did it a little bit in 2010 with my friend, but that was not the same thing because it was more like, I guess it was the same thing. It was retail arbitrage, but I only did it for 9 months. Cool. So do you guys have any questions about employees or listing or things that I can answer for you? East Coast Catmaster, no, he's saying that he doesn't have, or he or she does not have any slow FBA sales. I am going to do FBA, but I'm going to do private label. So right now I'm working on trademarks and just making sure that my brand is okay. I mean, I don't need to do a ton of work because who knows if my brand is even going to work, but I've talked to a US manufacturer. It's going to cost a little bit more, but the lead time is a lot faster. So I'm going to test my first private label item probably third quarter. What's going on? So Make a Stand asks, do you sell just clothing and clothes? No. I'm testing clothing and shoes because it's very scalable in the sense that it's very easy for me to find it in California. It's everywhere. There's 200 thrift stores here, and I am negotiating with different managers to get clothing at a good deal. So I can build a business off of clothing, provided that it actually sells. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm still learning clothing brands. But I think if I get the clothing cheap enough, I should be okay. What's the highest thing I've sold on eBay? When I worked for Lexus, I sold a Hummer H1 for 52 grand on on eBay. The highest thing I've sold, sold a pair of Nike foam posits for 4,000 that I bought for 200. That was my highest flip personally on eBay. I've had 10 sales where I made over 500 bucks this year. All of them were high-end boots that I bought for $50 to $100 and sold for 500 to 700. Oh, I didn't know East Coast was Ryan. Why are you East Coast Cat Master? That's hilarious. I'm big into timing things. Is it a bigger practice, better practice? Okay, so Mal's asking about how I time things. So I time sets of 10. So listing 10 or photographing 10 or measuring 10. I just do things in sets of 10 with my iWatch, which I'm not wearing right now. That's how I measure it. And then I write it down. And I'm in a mastermind group with Prof Sales and Luke Henson, Endless Entrepreneurs. I don't know if you guys know them, but they're really forcing me to keep track of everything I do, which really sucks, but it's really important for growing. You listed a battery for 500 bucks. Somebody offered you 40 with free shipping. Well, I listed a World War II pin for $600 and somebody offered me 40 and I accepted it. So, I mean, who knows? Like I got it for $1. I had no idea what the price of that. So who knows what people are going to offer you when you do eBay. I lowball people all the time. So I don't get insulted when people lowball me. I just think it's funny. I know Instagram's crazy. My Instagram following is like triple as large as my YouTube following also. So, yeah, Emily, I'm trying to beef up my YouTube presence because there's AdSense. Like I'm just being like real with you guys. You make money when you do videos on YouTube, but you don't make money on Instagram Live. They just barely launched where you can download your lives. I haven't been re-uploading them to YouTube, but some people do that. Emmanuel says, if you're selling clothing, are sales down? Yeah. Sales is definitely, from what I've heard, like I've been talking to Casey, the Rockstar Flipper, and people who've sold clothing before. I haven't done a full calendar year, so I can't tell you guys what clothing is like in second and third quarter. I started in Q4. Like I started testing this last Q4 and it was awesome. It was so easy because I didn't realize that's when people shop. That's why I'm not worried about my store growing right now because it'll all sell fourth quarter when it gets busy. I'm just going to build my store up. So I'm expecting second quarter and third quarter to be really slow. And if it stays slow, I'll be able to hit 10,000 listings before the end of the summer just because I'm not selling. I'm spending all the time I would spend shipping, listing. Let's see. I am way less smart than I appear to be, which is not good. I'd rather be a lot smarter than I look, but I have the opposite problem. Sales are down for sure. I mean, like, there's a seller I know with 1,500 items that blanked today. Like, he didn't have any sales with 1,500 items. So I also have friends that sold over 1% today. So if you had 1,500 items, they sold like 20. So don't panic. eBay didn't turn your sales off. IG might be a good place to lead your followers here. Just post a pic with your username. That's a good idea. You guys may want to check out my Instagram. It's 10K on the Bay. It's the same thing as here. I think most of you do. Based on the statistics that YouTube has given me, I think that 95% of the people who watch me on Instagram are the same people most of my YouTube followers are my Instagram followers. It's just that Instagram Live is a lot easier to use because it's just like, it just starts up right away. YouTube Live is complicated. Like I didn't even know how to do it the first 3 times I set it up. Let's see. Yeah, Mallory is in one of, we were on a call like a couple days ago talking about organization. I'm going to call her out right now on this call. And she's working on taking it one step at a time. Some people have reached out and said that they've bought way too much stuff. I've bought way too much stuff. I literally have thousands of unlisted items. Like this is one wall. The whole other side of this is completely unlisted. I have the same number of items not listed on the other side. Yeah, no, I just tell people up front that I'm a fool so that, I'm doing the Eminem style where you just tell people you're white trash up front and then they don't talk shit anymore because that's already a pretty big insult. Do I buy niches that eBay and sell them cheaper on AliExpress? Yeah, that's one of my strategies for selling wholesale. So I have 3 eBay accounts, and one of the accounts is going to be exclusively wholesale products. So that one I'm not going to share with you guys because um, I don't want you selling the same stuff as me. Should be pretty obvious, but I'm following King of E-commerce on Instagram, and that guy has 5,000 replenishable items, and he's making 8 figures. So I want to make 8 figures one day. So I'm going to put all my money in the replenishables. As I get more money, it's funneling into my wholesale business, which right now is like 3 items. What's up, Russ? Thank you. Yeah, it's the Christmas theme. Rocking the Christmas theme. Let's see. Yeah, it's not as crazy as Instagram. Instagram, I can't even follow up with all the questions. So Emmanuel, just to give you an idea, my average cost per item is less than $1. So it is a lot of upfront cost. In Q4 last year, I did 40,000. The first 3 months I started on eBay, and that's kind of a outlier because I was getting super lucky. Like I would go to Goodwill and I would look through the whole store and I'd find like a tiki mug for $1 and sell it for 80. I'd find like a starter jacket and I would sell it for 60 and get it for $7. I bought a ton of John Barbados boots for 60 to $100 at Nordstrom, and I sold every single pair over 300. So it was like I got really, really lucky when I started in Q4. And I mean, Russ is in the chat. He was talking to me back then when I joined the green room. I was getting so lucky. It was like that funded my entire thrifting adventure. The first 3 months, I was just like crushing it. Do I sell on Poshmark? I don't, but I'm going to hire a girl to cross promote for me. So I've heard build your listings on Poshmark and then cross promote on eBay. I don't know which way you're supposed to do it, but I'm going to do them on eBay and then cross promote them to Poshmark. Make a Stand is selling rubber stamps. I think those do really well from what I've heard. I haven't sold any rubber stamps myself, but I am getting more into arts and crafts stuff. I've done really well with baskets, done really well with scrapbooking stuff. I'd like to sell quilts because I heard about it on So You Want to Sell on eBay. It makes sense because there's like the America that's on the coast. It doesn't care about arts and crafts, but the whole middle of the country cares. So I'm trying to learn more about that. Exactly. I'm waiting for Q4. When I have 10,000 items listed for Q4, they should all sell. So I'm super excited for that to happen. Yeah, Ryan says that King of E-commerce has 5 Amazon accounts. I believe that. And for every private label account or company that I'm building, I'm going to have a separate Amazon account for it so I can hopefully sell that brand one day. No, I mean, Q4 was ridiculous. I got so lucky. I can't even, it was like, I was listening to Rake and Profit and I was on the thrifting board. If you guys haven't joined Jason T. Smith's Facebook group called the Thrifting Board, I was just scrolling through and seeing what people are buying, and I went and they were just available. Like I was just in there buying stuff. Like in December, I did 17 grand in sales, and that was like on items that cost $2,000 or $3,000. I sold for 17. That was like my first real month of tasting the thrift game. This year, with the 10K on the Bay strategy, I have been buying from the bins for the most part, and the stuff's not as good. Obviously, when you're treasure hunting, you can search comps and stuff while you're at the store, and you make a lot more than just buying, a pallet of essentially garbage and trying to sell all of it. So I am not. I am Taiwanese. Let's see. Right? Asian in a beanie. It's not even, it's 70 degrees in California, so it's really cold here. Do I do kids clothing? I have been lotting kids clothing or giving it away. That's how much I don't like it. It's super, super cheap, but I don't really mess with it unless it's kids shoes. I like kids shoes. Let's see. Yeah, King of E-commerce. I thought he was a white dude, but then I saw his daughter was Chinese. I'm like, oh, you're Asian. Uh, kids clothing is awesome. I mean, I just don't like. I don't have any kids, so I don't know what. I don't have any kind of connection to it, so it's hard for me to sell it. Like I can sell guy stuff because I wear it, and I can sell girl stuff because I look at it, right? But I don't really look at kids clothing. Um, let's see here. Sorry, Reezy keeps texting me. We're supposed to be planning a reseller barbecue here. I need to get on that. But this week I was sort of inundated with taxes, so I didn't have a lot of time to do that. Um, Taiwan, right? Taiwan was awesome. I went to where'd you live in Asia? I just got back from Japan. I was there for 9 days. It was awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. 70 is freezing cold. I had to wear almost had to wear a jacket today. Let's see here. Uh, Poshmark has lower profit, but it's free listings and shipping is easier. Yeah, Emily is right. I definitely want to try Poshmark. I signed up for an account, but I just don't know too much about it. Krista is asking if I use dress forms or all flat lays. As of right now, I'm using all flat lays, but I bet a talented photographer, or I'm sorry, a talented clothing layer could do a mannequin just as fast as flat lay. I think, unless you guys don't think that's true, correct me if I'm wrong. Um, can you have more information about the table? So the table that I'm using right now is this drafting table. It's an Alvin drafting table. I'll put a link in the description, but that's not what I'm going to use for my listers because this table was really expensive. I got it on Craigslist for 70 bucks, but Alvin drafting tables are like $600. I am going to make my own table out of the tables from Costco or Target, the ones that are like $30 or $40. I think I need an adjustable height because my listers are different heights. But yeah, I'm not going to use a drafting table, even though I like it because the pitch is sort of slanted. So I'm listing, it's not completely flat. It's like this. So I don't have to bend over when I list. You have 3 kids. Damn. I wanted 20 kids and I was going to start another YouTube channel about how to get 20 kids, but I don't think my girlfriend would like that. Let's see here. Bolo, look for little kids smock dresses. All right, you heard it here. Look for kids clothing smock dresses. I don't know what those are. I wouldn't know what to tell you. I know. Reezy's the shit. I should let him. He and I are trying to work out some stuff, but he's kind of on a different level than me. I gotta get up to that level that he's on. I will one day. You gotta surround yourself with people who you got to try to be the dumbest person in the room, right? I'm trying to work that out, and I'm trying to facilitate that properly in my Facebook group, but it's very challenging because I created eBay MBA. If you guys haven't joined my Facebook group, join it. eBay MBA. I'm trying to create a forum of really motivated people who want to do eBay professionally and let you connect with people. But I found out really quickly that I can't be in all these groups. It's too hard. Like I want 600 people in there, so that's 100 groups of 6. And I was gonna, charge to be in the group or something to make it worth my time. But even if I charged, which I don't want to charge, I'd rather have the groups be free. Even if I charged, it would not work because that's 100 hours that I'd have to be in these groups. So it's kind of challenging because if your group is too small, not enough people talk. And if your group is too big, nobody knows anybody. That's why I chose 600 people and try to make it a healthy group of people. Let's see. You're so out of your league here. Well, I mean, everyone is out of their league somewhere. So I'm telling you that, like, I used to live in New York City, and it's weird meeting people that make 250 grand a year and they can't do anything that they want to do because they're not in the right income class to do the activities that are required. I mean, Mallory is in the chat. She went to NYU. She knows that how crazy New York is, how expensive it can be to be in different areas. It's freezing, Ronnie. Ronnie Heart Pickers is in the chat. It's 70 degrees here. I had to wear a beanie, and I have a what is it called? Like just thermal coat, and I'm wearing long underwear because 70 degrees is freezing in California. Let's see here. You're just happy to help. Yeah, let me know. Or if you guys are following me on Instagram, there's a lot of people who tag me. So tag the Lister Sisters if you have kids clothing questions, and they will help you out. I will be of no use because I don't have any kids. All I know about is professional guy clothing. So which I learned mostly from Rake and Profit and Hearts Pickers. So it's kind of like this double-edged sword, right? Because Ronnie was making good money with dress clothes, and he shared his information on the internet, so people like me could sell the same stuff and also make money. But he sort of created competition with himself. But it's like, God bless him. But I'm trying to get information from everybody to diversify. What's up, Steve? Rakin is the reason I got in, pretty much the reason I started doing this. So shout out to Steve Rakin. Thanks for coming in here. That's awesome. I'm excited. But yeah, I'm just trying to, and I know Steve is building the warehouse too. He's trying to get back into the eBay game. And you know what, Steve, those are your roots. Like, I was binge watching you in October, and you really got me fired up. So I want Steve to go back to reselling clothes and build up a nice little eBay business, because he's the one that got me into this. You're doing flat lay right now. Your personal clothes are extra small and like kids. Yeah, I'm 6'1", so I can't wear kids clothing anymore. Yeah, guys, help me out. If you're still in the chat, hit that like button. Help me out. Subscribe. Let's see. Yeah, I know. Steve is awesome. He knows when it's his time. You bought $4 milk here in DC. Wow, that is $4 for milk. I'd start drinking soy milk for $2 or almond milk. Let's see here. I watched a few of your videos. Yeah. Steve Rakin is the bomb. If you guys haven't watched him, you got to get out there and listen to Steve Rakin, Blazing Profits. I'm thinking about repping Steve's clothing guides, because people are asking what to buy. I don't know shit. Like, I don't know clothing yet. I just started. I'm learning just like you. He has a couple of guides that are awesome, so that I haven't even read, and I get them for free with membership in the green room. So like, try to take advantage of your resources. I'm just taking advantage of the fact that I can score a group deal from the manager at Goodwill and get all this stuff for super cheap. But like, really, you shouldn't. It's probably better to do what Ronnie and Steve do and actually pick stuff that's good, instead of just picking everything. Because like the range is like, I have like Brioni, high end, Xenia. I'm not gonna try to say. I'm gonna say Ermenegildo, Xenia. I don't know. I can't say it. From that down to like Target, that's my range. It's like, that'd be the same as saying I date women between 18 and 70. Like, that's too big of a range. Like, you're probably not going to be successful if the range of women you're dating is that big. It's too much. Sales have dropped, Steve. So I made this channel, or this video is about the fact that at 1,000 items, I was making like between 2,000 and 3,000 a week, and now at 2,000 items, I'm making between 1,000 and 2,000 a week. So my sales have dropped basically in a quarter. And earlier, Steve Rakin was doing a video on Linda's Closet, and they sold like 250 items today. That's super slow for them. They normally sell thousands of items a day. So yeah, it all gets passed down. Steve said he learned his stuff from Ronnie. I learned it from him. Some dude in Alaska is learning from me. So it all gets passed around. Yeah. Everyone that's famous is in this chat right now. Thanks, Jodine. Yeah. I'm trying to figure. Is that right? Ermenegildo Xenia? Right? What do you think? I'm gonna learn how to say them. I'm gonna be a professional. People are gonna be like, "How do you pronounce Ermenegildo Xenia?" And my face is gonna pop up. Let's see. We're not famous. Why would you want pictures on the eBay poly mailer? Let's see here. How is sales going for everybody else? Mine is definitely a little bit slower, but I'm okay with that. Help me out, guys. Hit that like button. Let me know what you guys think. You guys should reach out to me on Instagram, 10K on the Bay. I'm really liking Instagram Live a lot more than YouTube, but it doesn't monetize, so I don't know how to do that. Um, okay, sweet. So Steve's saying we should give away one of his clothing guides. So let's do a contest in the chat. Um, well, first of all, I want to. This is kind of crazy, but and Steve's not paying me to do this, but I want to give you guys a. I want to shout out the green room here for a second. If you guys haven't joined the green room, which is Steve Bacon and Bonafide Hustler and College Pickers group, you guys should do that because I like paid groups. That's why my Facebook group is a paid group because I think paid groups are better. When you're in there, you only have people who are serious. So like, and it goes down in the DM, right? On Instagram, all my valuable friendships come from people messaging me. All my relationships in the green room from me messaging the people who are in there. Basically, you create a paid group. Only good people will join it. You go in there and you find the good people. So let's do a contest here. Let's do this. So everyone put in your a brand that you sold recently, and the first person to sell the same thing as me, everyone put in a brand in the comment that you just sold recently, and I'll look through my sales, and if the first person that matches one that I sold, I'll show you on my phone, and that'll be a winner, and we'll give out one of Steve's clothing guides. Sorry, it's getting dark here in California. Yeah, Scott McFarlane's in here. You guys got to shout out Scott McFarlane. He's the one that gave me the name 10K on the Bay, so I sent him a bottle of scotch. So everyone put a name of a brand you sold recently, and we'll match it up with somebody in my store. Oh man, this is awesome. This is fun. So how do I pick? Because I've actually sold a lot of these brands. Let's see here. Let me just go through my sales and see what just sold recently. Okay, I got one pulled up. Let's see if somebody sells this. Let's see. Keep going. Keep going. Wow, this is awesome. Express, Chico's, Levi's, Polo Ralph Lauren. Let's see here. Free People, You Can't Think, Robert Graham. Okay, we have a winner. The winner is, let's see. I saw it earlier. I think I saw it. Let me see here. Nope, never mind. False alarm. Oh no, here we go. The winner is Rissy B83. So this is the item that sold for me. It's an express pair of jeans. So Rissy B83. CB83. You are the winner. So make sure you subscribe to Steve's channel, and I'm gonna make sure, and send me an email at 10konthebay@gmail.com, and we will send that over to you. So awesome. That is exciting. That's the first contest that I didn't freeze on the spot. I actually thought of something that we could actually do. That's cool. So does anybody else have any questions? I'm just letting you guys know that I am not worried about, oh yeah, there we go. If you can screenshot it and email Steve, he'll take care of it for you. That would be awesome. I just wanted to ask you guys about the how your sales are doing and if you're worried about sales slowing down. For me, I'm not, because I need to list 18,000 items this year, and I need to sell 8,000 to reach my income goal of a net profit of 80 grand. I'd like to do 240,000 in sales this year on eBay and net 80. So I just put the goal out there. I don't know if I can do it or not, but I might as well. I'm just trying this public accountability thing. Normally I keep my goals to myself, but you know what? Let's try just sharing it in this community and see what happens. So what are your guys' goals for eBay? Go ahead and throw them into the chat. Let's see, what are your goals for eBay this year? Let's just see what people are trying to do. They won one of Steve Rakin's awesome clothing guides. What do you think my sell-through rate would be if I stopped listing? I think it would, it depends, because I don't have good till canceled listings, which means every day some of my listings end. So I would sell similar. I'm a fan of the sell similar. So I would sell similar. So it's like getting a new item every single day. So I don't think my sell-through rate would drop too much. What do you think sell-through rate would be? Let's see. Right, Jodine's asking that she lists on her computer using templates. Is there any way to do them faster? So I use my phone to take a picture, write the title, write the description, write the item specifics and the price, and then I add the template after. But people on Instagram have been telling me they do it the opposite way. They write everything on the computer and they go to their phone and they take the picture. So whatever you want to do. Ronnie's saying 180K gross. That's awesome. That's, you know, but I think Ronnie has a lot higher margins than me, right? Like I think on 180K, you'd make more than 80K. But for me, it's going to take 240K to make 80K. So organically, Hannah wants to increase margins this year. See, that's too vague. You got to give me like a specific hard number goal. It's like, how can you get to your destination if you don't know where it is? Take better pictures. 1,000 a month to make up for the job you left. 1,000 a month is totally doable. It's very achievable for most people, depending on their area. You can message me if you're having any issues with that. Hopefully I can help you. Do I know search engine optimization? Well, basically, it's just about finding the right keywords. So search engine optimization is just, it's too dark in here to do this chat. Sorry, I'm gonna walk into my living room. Search engine optimization is just finding good keywords. So for example, if you're selling a blazer, you might wanna put in, let's see, trying to find a good place. If you're selling a blazer, you'd want to put in 2-button or 3-button, depending on what it is, and those keywords would make it rank higher and help you find the right buyer. Tanner Video saying 250,000. Thanks, Steve, for stopping by. Have a good one. Make sure you email Steve so you can get your prize. I'm talking gross. 240,000 gross, 80 grand net is my goal this year. Let's see. See, Ronnie's running about 60% profit, so 180K should make him 100K roughly. So that's a good goal. It's a great goal to net 100 grand on eBay. Not too many people will be complaining. Just so you guys know, the average household income in the United States is 53,000. So Ronnie is able to work for himself and make twice as much as the normal family in the United States. That's pretty gangster, if you ask me. Awesome. Krista Garcia says she has 600 listed and she'd like to do 60 to 100K this year. That's a great goal. Here's the thing. You might as well set your goal high because it doesn't matter. Like, it's usually your goal is just between you and yourself. And as long as you can put together a plan to get there, then might as well set your goals high. Like, the worst that can happen with my 10K on the big goals, like, what if I only hit 5,000? That's still fine, you know? But if I set my goals low, then if I don't hit it, then it's not as exciting. If I don't reach my 10,000 item goal this year and I only end at 8, and people are like, oh, you totally failed, I'll be like, yeah, but my bank account's still huge, you know? Like, so I'm not gonna be too worried about it. Let's see. $200 is your goal per day. 60,000 for Saul. Your sisters has 3 kids and a dog. Man, that is so much overhead. I don't know how you do that. I can literally barely feed myself. I don't know how you guys have kids. Need a lister to amp up. I'm trying 4 listers right now. My capacity is 1,000 listings per week, but I have no ability to sustain that purchasing. Like, if you guys heard, I was on Steven Peterson's e-commerce momentum podcast, and he has 44 items in stock. And that guy, like I said, my biggest challenge is going to be finding the items, which I never expected. I'm like, no, finding stuff is easy. And he's like, nope, when you're at that level, how are you gonna replace 1,000 items a week, bro? Like, do you even know what you're talking about? So I guess I probably don't know what I'm talking about. How do I get followers on eBay? Sell good stuff and people will subscribe to you. 2 listers is better than 1. I agree with that. I actually think 2 listers working together is better. Of my 4 listers, 2 of them are friends and they list together. They have listing parties. They crush it. That's the most popular. Organically, Hannah asks, how can I seek listing help? So I post ads on Craigslist asking for people with quick serve experience. So preferably Starbucks or In-N-Out or food where they're used to moving stuff quickly. And then I'm like, hey, you can do the same thing, but get paid per item. So I pay $2 an item. And then as they're continuing the process, they're able to help me because in all those fast food places, there's like room for people to suggest suggestions. So I like hiring people who work from fast food because they usually get paid more working for me and they don't have to deal with customers. 2 more years and your baby will be in kindergarten. Wow. In 2 more years, I may have a baby. How does that work? So that means within a year, I need to get her pregnant, right? Let's see. Yeah, I think I consider family and pets overhead for sure. Maybe that's cold as ice, but they kind of weigh you down when you're trying to get started. Um, 700 items in your store. $200 per day would be awesome. $200 a day, I'm right around $300 a day, usually. And I was expecting my sales to be around $500 a day, but they did not continue going up. And I was talking, or I wasn't, Casey the Rockstar Flipper is having sort of the same issue. He's definitely making more money than me because he says he's stuck between a 10 and 12,000 range. I'm lower than that. I'm stuck between like the $8,000 and $10,000 range. But again, I haven't been stuck that long. I just, it hasn't gone up geometrically. That's the wrong term. It hasn't gone up the same amount as I've grown. How do I monitor pricing? My listers research the price before they enter it in based on completed and sold. And then every 30 days, if it doesn't sell, I go in there and review it. Good lighting is key. That's why my YouTube videos don't look as good as like Rake and Profit or all these other guys with the bright ring light in front of their face. That makes you look a lot better. I need to get up on that. Do you Goodwill bin? I do Goodwill bin, but I don't like it. I like Goodwill retail a lot more. Because if you guys watch one of my videos where I talked about how to make a full-time living on eBay, if I was doing this by myself, I would only buy things that sold for $30 or more because of my time. If I'm doing all the listing, all the researching, all the sourcing, then I only have 50 hours a week really to do that. So I have to source items that cost more. Yeah, June, I'm gonna start hustling different products. Like I'm gonna start religiously studying Craigslist Hunter. I made a killing with the electronics and stuff, but it just is so much work. You gotta test it, and you have a lot more returns. And I'm just not an expert in electronics, but I need to really get there. If you guys have any specific questions on how much to make, email me at 10k on the bay at gmail.com. I'll do my best to try to organize it with you. The bins aren't really that nasty. In my opinion, most items that are donated are too small. Like I don't find diapers or rats or bugs or maggots that often at the bins, like only like once an hour. So like it's worth it to go there and look for the good deals. Exponentially, right. My sales have not grown exponentially. I don't even, is exponentially the right word? I don't think so. It haven't grown at 1% sales. Let's see, only the brave go to the bins. I can't shop at the bins because house moms crush me. Like if I went to the bin, let's say like Nicole State, if I went with her, I had to let her pick first because she's more aggressive than me. I'm just not that aggressive. I would go there and just let other people eat first, and then there'd be nothing left for me. Let's see. Don't have kids until you have a lot of money saved up. Exactly. But I mean, are you ever really ready for kids? I don't think so. Swap meets is a good place. Jodine says I should go to. I'm gonna try some flea markets and some swap meets this year. I just signed up for all the local storage auction lists. So hopefully I can start going to some storage auctions. I'm pretty excited to do that. You don't need to fight for clothes. Then you're not in California. Like, it's ridiculous here. Nicole Stay is a beast. She kills it. She's like, she's out there hustling, and she does, like, her YouTube channel is a full-time job. I don't think you guys realize how much time she puts into her channel. So like, her videos are actually good. They're not like mine where I'm just talking. So there's a lot of work involved with that. Bins are good for me. And also Nicole State has a bajillion more questions than me. Because like, I don't sell women's clothing, so that eliminates like 80% of the questions. Eric, let's go to the bins. Let's go next week, and I'll show you what to do. I should get over it at the bins. I just can't handle the bins. Like, I go and okay, the first time I went to the bins, I bought 400 pounds, and the second time I bought 2,000 pounds. So I'm not shy, but like, I just don't like the feeding frenzy. Like, that's insane. I'm just like, hey, can I just buy the whole thing? And they're like, okay. King of e-commerce is on Instagram. The guy, it's just King of e-commerce, one word. And he's trying to help me out with the shipping discount through a company called OCM. So I'm gonna look into that, because he's like, everyone says the post office is the cheapest, but they're not. So I gotta get my game up to get to the minimum volume required that company I can use. And I heard he told me that they take your items, they pick it up wherever, and they deliver it to the post office, and every single item ships priority, which would be sick. So yeah, about 2,000 pounds at the bins the last time I went. No, exactly. This is a good point. In the sun by the beach, like, the one thing I admire most about anybody in any field is the ability to be a good parent. That's very, very, very challenging. That's like the reason why I want to have money and be secure, so that I could have a chance of being a good parent. Not to say that you need money for that, but I just think it's very, very hard to be a good parent. And I'm grateful for my parents, but there's a lot of stuff that I would have done differently that hopefully I can do with my kids. Man, Thrifty Bish, you guys should check out her Instagram. There's like this, it's in the Seattle bins, and it's like, it looks like piranhas. It's horrible. Like, that's one of the places where I would get eaten alive. I would go there, I wouldn't be able to get a single pair of shoes, because there's all these people doing it reminds me of the Hungry Hungry Hippos game. Oh yeah. So Rose, the reason why I'm not afraid of eBay sales slowing down is because I started in fourth quarter, and it was like insanely easy. I started October, November, December. In my first 3 months, I did 40,000 on eBay, and I thought eBay was going to be so easy, but then I didn't realize that's when everybody buys stuff. So as long as I can get all this stuff listed before fourth quarter, it'll all sell most likely before Christmas. So I'm not going to drop my prices for no reason. Like, an item is worth what it is worth, especially for clothing. So as I learn more and adjust the pricing, I'll know what it's worth, and I'll just wait to get what it's worth instead of discounting it, because I'm not in a super hurry, because I'm only in the item $1. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna get some flack for that. Actually, I'm not even gonna say that. Being a great parent is the best thing that you can be. It's way more impressive to me than a Lamborghini. I list at least 200 items a week myself, on top of having 4 listers that can list 200 listings a week. But right now they're doing, I'd say 50 to 100 listings each. Eric is I don't know if he's still in the chat, but he's one of my first listers. The first time he came and listed for me, he did over 50. So like, I think it's different when you're working for somebody. You're like, plus he was in my living room, and he wasn't like messing around. He was just listening the entire time. He was working the whole time. So having staff, if you're going to shop at the bins, is very important, in my opinion. Let's see. How did I haul 2,000 bins? I made 5 trips in a Prius. So in case you guys are wondering, around 400 pounds of clothing fits comfortably in the back of a Prius. Yep. Time is more important than money to being a good parent. I agree, but time or money does buy time to a certain extent. Like, I drove for Uber for 9 months to write a book, and I drove a lady to a private jet. and I drove her from her front door to the airplane. Like that's safe. And as soon as she got out of my car and into the airplane, she drove off to her destination. She told me it was $2,500 to fly to LA. Like that's buying time. A normal person would have to, wait in line or go through the security, all that stuff. If you have a private plane, you can literally drive straight up to it. So I'm not saying I need to be that level, but I do think money buys time. Yeah, Nicole's model is definitely different. I'm going to be on Nicole's show on Monday. So if you guys want to put that on your calendar, I'm going to be on Nicole State's Place. I'm going to be on that show on Monday, and that should be awesome. Listening to her, she's been doing this a lot longer than me, so I should be able to learn a lot from her. I haven't been to the San Jose Bins yet, so if you're here, let's go together. I haven't been. Let's Let's do that next week. Keep my cost of living. Yeah, no, I'm living as cheaply as possible right now because I'm just trying to save as much money. One, I gotta buy my girlfriend a rock. That's important. And then I gotta get a house, and I live in California, so it's like gotta save 200 grand for a down payment. Lauren Grass says her husband and her worked away to make lots of money and save up. She worked overseas. Awesome. They saved up and waited till they were 30 to have kids. I'm old now. I am now 32. So, and my girlfriend is 25. So she's young. I robbed the cradle with that one, right? So, she wants to have kids around 30. So that gives me 5 years to make money. I'm going to be kind of an old parent at 35. I'm 37. It's kind of old. Maybe we'll try to make one earlier. How am I making $300 a day? This is $300 gross, by the way. It's not net. So it's not as much as you think. But I was making $300 a day with just 2,000 listings. I'm sorry, with just 1,000 listings. Just depends on the quality. When I was out there hunting, I made a lot more money because the items were so much better. Now that I'm trying bulk, the margins are much lower. I'm trying the quantity model right now, not the quality. So I'm just trying it out. If it doesn't work, I'll go back to just hunting myself. I know I'll need to get her a big rock. She deserves one. Let's see. It's not super old, but it's not that young. Like, I wanted to have 20 kids, which is I should have started a lot earlier than now in order to reach that goal. Let's see. You had your last wow, when he was 40? Okay. So, I mean, that might be me. If I have 3 kids starting at 37, I'll be 40 when I have my last kid. I'll be basically a senior citizen when they graduate from college. You were by the Carmel Beach homes today. I mean, that is like those homes are beautiful. Those are like at least 10 million each though. How long have I been doing YouTube? 6 weeks. I've been doing YouTube for 6 weeks now. I started March 1st. So this is my month and a half YouTube anniversary. eBay. So I've been doing eBay. I watched Rake and Profits videos in October. I started thrifting. I sold all my Pokemon stuff. In October, I started with $1,000, and I did 40K in sales in Q4. Yeah, including 17,000 in December. I killed it. I got really lucky. I was like going to the thrift store. I was turning $1 into $40 over and over and over again because it was like the highest time of donations. Everybody was donating a ton of stuff, so I had a lot of stuff to look through. I was killing it. But then the last 4 months, I've been trying the bulk buying stuff, which is different. But I think in the end, I'm going to make more money having 10,000 listings that are kind of average versus 1,000 really good listings. I could be totally wrong, but I'm just going to try it out. I am going to try auctions. I'm going to do the, if you guys look at Linda's Closet, she has like a good mix of auctions and fixed price. I'm going to try that. Yeah, guys, help me out. Hit that like button if you're still in the chat. Oh, wow. Holy crap. There's 115 people watching. That's a new record for me. That's like Instagram live numbers. No name sweaters in Q4 for $80. Yeah, Organically Hannah is talking about selling no-name sweaters for $80 in Q4. So this is why I'm not worried. I'm going to list as much stuff as possible. It's all going to sell October, November, December. So nobody panic. My best advice for everybody is to get a part-time job or a full-time job like me. I work 30 hours a week. That pays my bills. All my money keeps rolling in the eBay. Well, I'm just going to keep doing that until the end of the year. I'm not going to take any money out of it. Let's see here. I don't give out my my eBay store name anymore because the last time I did, a bunch of people bought stuff and told me to stop making YouTube videos. So I'm totally over it. Yeah, I made $1,500 reselling Pokemon Go accounts right when I first started because I love Pokemon. And as a kid, I used to buy Pokemon cards and I always got hustled by the card dealers. And in my packs, there were never any good cards. And that's because the store owners would weigh the cards, and the card packs with better cards are heavier. So they would keep those and sell kids like me the crappy ones. That was totally a joke. But now as an adult, I do the same thing. What goes around comes around. Let's see. November was your best sales month. Yeah, I know. Those October, November, December, I plan on making. So my goal this year is 240 grand in sales. I would be surprised if I don't do 100 grand the last 3 months. If I continue this pace, I would be very surprised if October, November, December sales combined wasn't 100,000 gross with that many listings. But we'll see. I could be so wrong. It's not even funny, but I don't know. Like, do I have a separate bank account? Definitely. You know, my bank account's called Do Not Touch. I renamed it Do Not Touch. And I actually don't even have a debit card for it. So the money that I withdraw from PayPal goes into that bank account, and I can't even take it out of it. I'm at the point now where I can just buy my inventory with my PayPal card. Rose, thank you for the $5 super chat. That's my first super chat ever. You just made history with that. Thank you very much. How many sales would I expect with the 100 listings? 1 per day, if you're really good. Because that would mean you'd sell 30 over the course of a month, really, and that is awesome. Yeah, you guys should definitely hit me up with any questions. And I do answer every single email, but I can't be in all of my group calls. It's just too hard for me to take a whole entire hour and spend time with every single person in my Facebook group. But you guys should definitely check it out. Hit that like button if you guys like this. But my Facebook group is called eBay MBA. And you go in there, and the goal is for you to find 5 other people to meet with every week. So right now I'm meeting with Prof Sales. You guys should follow him. Luke from Endless Entrepreneurs. So the 3 of us meet every week. We used to meet with Tina, the Soul Advisor. These guys are powerhouse sellers. But Tina just had a baby. So congratulations to him, but he's a little too busy right now to have a call with us. But hopefully we can get Casey, the Rockstar Flipper, on that call on Mondays. So hopefully if he's on that call, it's going to be a mega group. Hopefully the 4 of us can do $1 million in sales, which would be sick. Do I use bookkeeping software? I'm using GoDaddy bookkeeping right now for better or worse. And I also have a separate Google Doc Drive sheet that I keep track of every single item line by line. I'm going to have to get a bookkeeper soon because it's getting too hard. For taxes, I just do cost average accounting, but I'm just trying to get an idea of brands for my own personal use with my own document, but I'm not going to use that for taxes. I have a 30-hour-a-week Facebook marketing job. Po Boy Picker says my 1% sell rate is really low. If you think that's low, my sell-through rate this week is actually 0.5%. So I would agree. It depends on how you pick. If you're like me and you're buying bulk and you don't know what you're getting in the lot, I think your sell-through rate is going to be a lot lower. When I was out there picking myself, so when I was a picker, my sell-through rate was like 2%. But I was getting a lot higher quality items. Right now, I'm just buying bulk to save time. What's up, Chicago Crown Hustler? I just subscribed to your channel. I need to check it out. But everyone, I see you in a lot of the other chats, so I need to get on that. That'd be awesome. Made 100K this year. My goal is to make 80 grand net this year on 240,000 in sales. So I could be high as a kite. I don't know if that's possible, but we'll find out. Where can you buy bulk? I've been buying bulk from Goodwill, I've been buying bulk from Salvation Army. I've handed out my cards to a couple of people at estate sales, and at the very end, they'll sell me in bulk all the clothing from the estate sale, because that's usually the least desirable, at least where I live. So for me, inventory hasn't been an issue, even though Steven, you guys should follow Steven Peterson with e-commerce momentum. That guy has 4,400 items and a full-time job. 4,400 items, full-time job, 0 employees. So he makes me feel super lazy. Yeah, you guys follow me on Instagram, also 10K on the bait. I really like Instagram. My following is a lot bigger on Instagram. I don't know why that is, but on YouTube, 75% of the people who watch me are men. On Instagram, 75% of the people who follow me are women. I don't know the exact reasoning for that. I have a video on how I negotiate with Goodwill, but basically I start with the regular employee and I'm like, hey, I find out a little bit more about their store. I find out what they're good at, what they're not good at, and then work my way in there to eventually getting a deal with the manager. I have a lot better success at Goodwill retail than I do at the Goodwill bins. And where's Po Boy Picker? He was saying how my sell-through rate's low. Well, I bought 2,000 pounds of stuff at Goodwill, and there's no way you can have a high sell-through rate unless you're like really lucky. YouTube's cool. I'm learning how to use YouTube. Any chance I can do a video on how my listers list? Yes, but I can tell you right now for free. This is how my listers list. They open up the app, they type in Snoopy Christmas shirt, and it'll pop up, and they'll click advanced, then sold, then completed, depending on what kind of device. They'll look at how much this shirt's selling for, and they'll find one similar. They'll click sell similar. They'll adjust the title so that it's the right size. They'll take the pictures right there on the spot in the app. Some people take the photos separately. I don't. They take 4 pictures, so armpit to armpit, shoulder length, tag, and then a profile, which is like just a graphic. So they'll take 4 pictures. Then they'll edit the item specifics. They'll put men's shirt, t-shirt, short sleeve. They'll fill all that out. And then they'll add the price. And then they'll save it as a draft. And then they do it at their houses. And I'm at home, and I will make the drafts live at home. So I was scared at first because I thought the drafts would disappear. But some sellers have been telling me there's up to 499 drafts. As long as you have a picture and descriptions in there. So I'm testing that method right now. Let's see. Do I have an affiliate link for my lights? I do. I have 2 light systems that I use. One is this one. This is the Limo Studio light system. It's so freaking crappy. But if you're on a budget, they're $56. It's really, really, really cheap, something like that. And they work as long as you have some light in your house. But I have two of them in the links before. The other one is a Savage light kit. That thing is awesome. Like if you want super bright white background pictures, use don't like skimp on lights. Get the good system. I have both. During the day, I use the cheap ones. At night, I use the bright ones. I should do a review on both lighting kits, but if you want to go cheap, get a kit like Limo Studio, which I have a link below. It is an affiliate link. But you can change the bulb to a brighter wattage. So I don't know if that's going to blow up your system. Like, don't blame me if your house burns down. But you can just use a brighter bulb and get more light from the same system. Let's see, Jason's doing 8 to 10. Is 8 to 12 grand a month profit what you're doing now or what you're going for? Because I'm about half of that profit right now. Actually, not even. I'm doing like 3 to 4 grand profit right now. But I just started. Oh, Jason, you're only 20. That's your goal. So, okay, Po Boy is asking, is it worth it for me? to buy 2,000 pounds. Well, when I went to Amazon ASD a couple of weeks ago, the guys were actually recommending I buy 4,000 pounds, spend the whole day there, and get rid of the stuff that's not good and just leave it there and take the good stuff back to my house. So far, it's costing me about 25 to 50 cents a pound. And, it's worth $10 a pound, roughly. It's a lot of work, but that's what it is. Let's see. I think the bulbs are 75 watts. Let me just make sure. So this one is 45 watts. The other light system I use, I think, is 150 watts. I need to make sure on that, but the cheaper one is only 45 watts, and it's good enough as long as you have lights in your house. Let's see here. How much do I pay my listing? I pay my listers $2 per listing, and they also do they do $2. I pay them $2 per listing, but they also poly bag the item after, so it's ready to ship. When I pay my listers, they bring me back items that are ready to ship. Now, here's the thing. $2 a listing is more than you need to pay. You could pay less than that, but they're not doing it in my house with my electricity, and I don't bring them the stuff. They come to my house, pick it up, take it to their house, do it, and bring it back. So I haven't had too many complaints. Yeah, Ellie is right. People buy it bulk at the bins, they sort there, and they bring the stuff home. Again, I'm not an expert. Like, I just started doing this. I bought 2,000 pounds so I could learn faster. Right? I could have bought, the first time I bought 200 pounds, then I bought 400 pounds, then I bought 2,000 pounds, because there's different discount rates, right? So the more you buy, the cheaper it gets. You just got to test it. Let's see. It's taking him 5 years to get there. Yep. Chris W says, can I buy poop on eBay? Probably not, but you can buy fake poop. The fake poop prop does really well. The guy that sells fake poop, I think he has a patent on it, but there's a guy that does that has 100,000 listings, that does all wholesale magic tricks. He has fake poop. That's a really cool. I should put that guy in my Instagram. Let's see. Po boy, where do you usually, Po boy, where do you live? Let's see. Do they let you pick the brands when you buy bulk? No, they do not. When you buy bulk, you just get what you get. So, Julia Brewer, what's going on? Thanks for joining me. Hit that like button if you're still on here. Let's see. Yeah, all the affiliate links below, guys. I actually use all that stuff. If you don't believe me, then email me. I'll make a video of me using it. I wouldn't recommend stuff that I don't personally use, although I'll be upfront with you. I'm not an expert yet. I just started. And I started in January 9th with this 10K on the Bay thing. And I'm testing volume. Like, I already know how to go to the bins, buy stuff that's worth a lot of money, buy a few items a day, go home, list a few items. I'm not doing that. I'm doing the buy bulk, hire a bunch of people, see if it works out in the end. Let's see, Lake Charles, Louisiana. I wonder, do you guys have Goodwill bins down there? I wonder what it's like. The key to know a minute on everything. Yeah. I mean, you do your best when you're sorting. Like, I bought a couple of unsorted donations from Salvation Army. That was scary, right? You don't know anything about it. And those were really scary. I got tapestries, I got pillows, blankets, which is essentially garbage, right? I got luggage, just let them throw that away. And the nice thing is, though, when you buy bulk from a thrift store, usually they let you leave the stuff there. I don't know what you guys think. So, Po Boy, just if it makes you feel better, I make a lot more money at Goodwill retail. So I throw away at least 20% when I buy bulk, at least 20%. Like, and from what the big sellers have told me, like, there's a seller that's in my Instagram that has 500,000 used items for sale. They buy clothing from Goodwill 30,000 pounds at a time. So, I mean, I don't know how to do that yet, right? That's beyond my comprehension, but Yeah, Ron Shade has been messaging me, but I like didn't accept his friend request because his last name is Shade. I should probably look into him. Excuse me. Oh, you have a Marie Ree has a few high-end items. So you can go to a website called purseblog.com, and purseblog.com will help you authenticate. Or you can post pictures on Instagram. That's the fastest way. I get better deals at garage sales for clothes for sure. I get better deals for everything at garage sales. Um, Also, a lot of people are worried about employees stealing from them. I'm not, because my stuff is so cheap. Like, I'll pay you $2 to list this item that's worth 20, or you could steal it from me, do all the work required to make 10. Like, it's really not worth it to steal from me unless, like, I don't know, it's really not worth it because I look through the stuff before I give it to them. I'm keeping the stuff that's really high value, so I'm not super worried about people stealing from me. At the Goodwill store, I think $7 is my average. What? Okay, in the chat, what do you guys pay for an average thrift store retail item? So in California, I'm paying about $7 for a retail item that I usually pick it up if it's going to be worth 30 or more. I'm trying. So I'd like to buy for $7.50 and sell for 30. So what are you guys paying where you're at for a good thrift store item? I wonder what it's like in different areas of the country. But we have a Goodwill bin in Sacramento. We have one in San Jose. We have one in Burlingame. I'm in Oakland. I don't have dollar days where I'm from. There's no dollar days here. Make a Stand says $5. Michael Ponce says $3. Sharon says $4. Carly says $4 to $5. So $6 in Texas. I think Texas is a little expensive, Rick. I mean, from what I've heard, it's pretty pricey. $4 for Ellie. Ellie, you're in San Jose, right? $4 in Buffalo, New York. $5 in Utah. I'm from Utah. Let's see. No bins where Michael's at. $10 for shoes. Wow, that's pricey down there in Texas. Shoes here, oh, actually, that's about the same. Shoes here between 7 and 10. I don't have dollar days out here. Damn, I need to just go to where you guys are at. Yeah, Jack. Sorry I couldn't make your group. I need to figure out some time management things to make this work. But guys, it's been over an hour. Thank you very much. I am going to get off now. Please hit the like button. If you have any questions, reach out to me at 10konthebay@gmail.com. Be happy to answer any questions. Join my Facebook group, eBay MBA. I'll try my best to help you find a group of people to meet with every week. Thank you so much for coming by. Have a great one, guys.